So welcome to Digital Toolbox. In this tutorial we're going to continue our vertical louver cladding definition and hone it down a little bit more so that one of these situations of vertical louvers we'll turn into horizontal louvers and then have the same control to divide and add more. And then we'll also be able to rotate the individual members, so in case you have some sun angle analysis or some environmental concerns and you want to rotate the direction of the individual members so they aren't just perpendicular to the wall, we'll do that too. So you refer back to the last tutorial on how to get this far in the definition, but we've taken this one definition and copied it 3 times for these 3 specific openings. I'll zoom into this middle opening where we have these boxes for our individual louvers, and now we're going to want to rotate it. So I'll take this curve and reset it as a curve on the side. So then our we'll be dividing the height of our opening to create these louvers. So I'll set one curve and select that curve, and now we still have our 2x4s that are 9 feet tall, but they're just all on top of each other now. So we're going to want to rearrange the interval box, the axes that we're populating these dimensions. So the Z will actually be the 2 inches. You can see it's cut it down to the same cross section, the 2x4, and then we want the Y to be that longer 9-foot height, what it used to be the height, and we'll just bring that out to 21 feet, or the entire length of our opening. So here you can see we've taken our same definition and just applied it to a different curve. Now we could even hone this down a little bit more and copy this curve to evaluate the length of the bottom curve to get the actual this Y dimension, the length of our louvers to be even right on. So we'll just set this one curve as the bottom, and then go under curve analysis length, and we can evaluate the length of this curve, and then that length can be the Y. So you can see it's right on now. And then if we updated this to a different one, we would just reset the curves and it would be spot on, and you don't even need this other slider. So I encourage you to, whatever scenario you're using this for, be mindful of what you're creating in Rhino, and then the easiest way to generate more things on top of that in Grasshopper. So now let's go back over to our first opening, which is our original definition here. And now we're going to rotate these individual boxes, this interval box, and have a type of rotation here on this cladding. So I'll just double click and find the rotate button. I think it should be under cross form up here. But this geometry it'll ask us for G, the geometry we want to rotate. That'll just be our box. And then it'll ask us for P, which is the base plane, the rotation plane, and A, our rotation angle. So we want our rotation angle to be 90 degrees in either way. So I'll copy this slider and edit the values, so it's going to be -90 and 90. Say OK. And it's asking for rotation angle in radians, so we're going to have to convert this from radians to degrees. So we'll grab the same single variable function, f1, that we had up here, and we'll double click on it and edit in the expression editor. So we'll click on display function list, and you can see all of these functions you can put in. We'll find the rad function, which is radx, and that converts an angle from degrees to radians, or vice versa. So we'll just type in rad parentheses x parentheses, and now our slider will go into the x and then into the angle, and this will be 0 to 90 degrees in either direction. So here you can see it's rotating our geometry, except it's rotating it around the 0, 0, 0 world axis, which is not the rotation plane, the P that we want. So we'll just take the P and set it up on these individual points back from the originally divided curve. And now you can see it's already working. We'll take the box and unpreview it, and down here you can see that when we toggle our slider, it rotates the individual members. So it's just a little bit tighter definition, and you can use it to customize your louvers and rotate it, maybe create an animation, or go on from there. So here are a few different scenarios that you might be able to do, and as always, I encourage you to kind of push the limits of this simple definition and customize it even further for your own needs.